I'm always getting questions from people left, right and center about why their silk press is failing, why they're not able to get their hair to their desired silkiness, straightness, whatever it is that they have their goal for their silk press. Some people even say they've bought every product that I have and they still haven't managed to get their hair silky straight in the same way that I managed to achieve my hair. So in today's video we're going to be talking about why your silk press is failing, the different things that you didn't know might make a massive difference in terms of your silk press and how good it looks in the end. Hey guys, it is Natural Nadine here and I'm back. Oh my gosh, this is my first time filming in literally like over a month. So I have been gone, and for those of you that are not new here, hi. For those of you that are not new here, you might notice something very drastically different about my literal face. That is one of the reasons why I've been gone for about a month now. I haven't filmed. I did have a rhinoplasty, aka a nose job, okay? So my face, she looks different. I feel like I had to give that disclaimer because it's very noticeable, and every time I bump into, I've gotten used to my new face, but then every time I bump into somebody, they're like, oh my god, you look so different, and I'm like, what, I look different? And then I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I had a nose job. I obviously am still recovering. I've got so much swelling in my cheeks, my face, my lip, my top lip. If I look weird down here, it's because my swelling is literally down to here, that my top lip, she's not flexible, she doesn't move. So bear with me guys whilst I'm going through this healing journey. If you know anything about a nose job, especially on black people, it can take up to a full year for your swelling to go down, sometimes even 2 years if you've got thick skin. It's a lengthy healing process, but I'm so happy with my results so far. I'm so happy with just the whole process in general, and I feel really disclaimer, this isn't my final obviously result. As I mentioned, I still have a lot of swelling. Last disclaimer before we actually get into this video, any negative comments, I'm a clap back, okay? You cannot shame the shameless. There's no shame in my game. I'm very happy with my decision. And if you're new here, I just feel like, sorry for that long-winded intro, and now you obviously know that I just got a nose job. I know I rambled on, but I really felt like I had to say that because I couldn't just come back on with you guys and just like act like nothing happened. You're my friends, you know? So this video is actually going to be in 2 parts because I really feel like if I went into the depth that I need to go into, it would take too long. And this part is specifically going to be talking about your base, and when I say your base, I mean your wash day. First thing about your base is your pre-poo or your pre-shampoo, whatever you do before you get into the shower, before you start washing your hair. Now this doesn't really contribute to the overall like silk press look, but what it does do is kind of help with the health of your hair. So I personally do a oil treatment. I oil my hair. I use a mixture of jojoba oil, rosemary oil, peppermint, and then I also have a little bit of a secret ingredient in my oil that I don't really want to share because I don't know how safe it actually is. Whatever oil you like to use, just use that as your pre-shampoo, just to really get your strands kind of nourished before you strip them. It's a really good habit to get into to pre-poo, even though it doesn't really mean that you're going to get a good silk press if you pre-poo, right? The second thing guys is your shampoo that you use. So there are a few different things you need to understand about the shampoo that you're using, especially if you're going to be silk pressing your hair. So number one, it has to be able to thoroughly cleanse your hair. So if you are someone who is a curly natural and you're just silk pressing on the odd occasion, or if you wear your hair not straight majority of the time, an option for you is to use a clarifying shampoo. So a clarifying shampoo can contain sulfates, or it can just be a sulfate-free clarifying shampoo. I like the Eden Body Works Tea Tree and Peppermint Oil Clarifying Shampoo. I really like that one because it does clean my hair really well. It's still sulfate-free. It also has peppermint and tea tree, which is really good for my scalp. If you're going to be straightening your hair, you might find that over time your scalp gets quite flaky. So yeah, you want to make sure that you're also focusing on that scalp care as well, just for the overall health of your hair. Getting your hair squeaky clean is what is going to give you that flowy silk press. If you've got product on your hair that's going to weigh your hair down and it's going to make your silk press stiff, it's going to make your blowout stiff, and your hair's just not going to turn out as good. I think I've even seen people using dish soap on their hair when they really want to get their hair like really clean. Like, please don't do that guys, like it's never that serious. Just get a good clarifying shampoo. As well as getting your hair squeaky clean, you also need to make sure that you're not stripping your hair to the point of like being brittle and prone to breakage. And so you need to make sure that you've got that balance. So if you're using a clarifying shampoo like the one that I mentioned, the Eden Body Works Tea Tree and Peppermint one, I would lather twice with that type of shampoo. And I would only use that type of shampoo if you predominantly wear your hair in its curly state. This is because when you wear your hair in its curly state, you tend to use a lot of thick creams, thick butters, gels, that type of things, which needs that type of shampoo to get that out. If you wear your hair predominantly straight, then I would suggest using a hydrating shampoo and lathering 3 times. Now, the difference between a clarifying shampoo and a hydrating shampoo is that hydrating shampoo contains humectants, which is also going to draw moisture and hydration into your hair whilst it is cleansing. It's not as strong and as clarifying as obviously a clarifying shampoo, but if you're wearing your hair straight and you're using lightweight products, most of the time you're not going to need to use or reach for a clarifying shampoo. So the hydrating shampoo will do just well, but you do need to lather that extra time get in there just to really make sure that it's hitting the way it's supposed to be hitting. Those are 2 options that I've given so far. 1, a clarifying shampoo, lather twice, or 2, use a hydrating shampoo, lather 3 times. The other option, if you do feel like you have quite a bit of product that you really need to strip off of your hair, but you don't want to get to that point of like absolute, you know, dryness, is to lather once with a clarifying shampoo and then lather another time with a hydrating shampoo. So you're getting the best of both worlds in that sense. Oh my gosh, guys, somebody commented as well that I need to like talk slower. And I do honestly feel like I talk so quickly. So if I'm speaking quickly, like I just feel like I got a lot of information and I'm just talking regurgitating. The way to know if you've got the right technique is if your hair feels clean but still soft. That is the absolute key. Yes, you want your hair to be clarified, but you don't want it to be dry, brittle, matted, tangled, because that is going to lead to all types of breakage and it's just not even really going to help. The second thing, guys, is the deep conditioner that you are using. You want to make sure that you are using a conditioner that has these 3 properties, okay? The first one, it has to be lightweight. If you're a curly haired natural, you'll find that you're probably not able to use the same deep conditioners on your curly hair as you would on your straight hair, because the deep conditioners you're using on your curly hair are a lot thicker, a lot heavier. They weigh your hair down a little bit more and they're a lot harder to rinse out. You want a lightweight deep conditioner when you're straightening your hair, because you're gonna go onto, because like I said, you don't want anything that's gonna weigh your hair down and stop it from being flowy and getting that silky silk press. Number 2, you want the deep conditioner to be hydrating. If you guys have watched my previous videos, I'm banging on about hydration, and I've got a separate video that talks about the difference between hydration and moisture, but just a top line summary is that hydrating products contain humectants that penetrate deeper into the hair shaft, so they work more within your hair shaft, where moisturizing products tend to deposit more butters, creams and oils on the surface of your hair, so they work more on the surface of your hair. And the last thing that you absolutely need your deep conditioner to have is some form of keratin. The way keratin works is it helps to fill in the gaps within the cuticle layer, and that in turn gives your hair a smoother feel, a smoother look. So when you do go to straighten your hair, that's what's gonna give you that silk. That's what's gonna give you that really smooth flowy look. You can still get it without using a deep conditioner that has keratin in it, but you will see an absolute massive difference. A few of my favorite deep conditioners that I've been using, Joico K-Pack, I'm always banging on about this, and if you guys know, I absolutely love Korean hair care and I love Korean skincare. I love both. The Koreans know what they're doing, especially when it comes to beauty, and one of my favorite Korean brands for hair care is L'Adore. They have 2 products that I absolutely love. One of them is the Hydro LPP treatment, which is a low molecular polypeptide treatment. I'm not even going to get into that. I have a video that explains why that product is so good. And then the acid conditioner. Now, as of recently, I have actually been reaching for the acid conditioner as a deep conditioner. Even though it's a regular conditioner, I have found that that conditioner does absolute wonders when I use it as a deep conditioner. So I'll apply that acid conditioner, I will do my full deep conditioning routine, put my heat cap on, and honestly, it feels, my hair turns out feeling just as soft, if not more soft, than when I use other higher end, more expensive products. This next tip isn't really to do with the outcome of your silk press. Again, it's more to do with the health of your hair whilst you're maintaining being a straight haired natural, or even just straightening your hair on the odd occasion using a bond builder. So I have a separate video where I talk about the use of bond builders, how products like Olaplex work. I'll have those linked down below, but they absolutely do wonders for the health of your hair, especially if you're going to straighten it, because if you don't know, straightening literally naturally breaks bonds, so having a bond builder there will really help to keep as many of your bonds intact as possible. It also helps with your curl formation and your curl bounce back as well. So yeah, I like to incorporate a bond builder every single wash day. I use Olaplex No. 0 sometimes as a pre-poo. I also like the Red Kent acidic bonding. That is just absolutely amazing, and that is a low pH product as well. I also like Olaplex No. 8 as a deep conditioner slash bond builder, so that one's kind of like a 2-in-1. Oh, and I also like the Curlsmith Bond Curl. That's another good one. Even though it is for curly hair, it's still lightweight enough to use on straight hair. And then what I also find is that it really does help with that curl bounce back. So Curlsmith Bond Curl. So yeah, those are my favorite bond builders that I use in rotation every single wash day. My last tip for this part of the video is to use silicones, and lots of them, especially in the final step of your wash day. So after you've deep conditioned, your rinse out conditioner can contain a silicone, or you can do what I do, which is using the silicone mix, which is an absolute game changer. So silicones are fantastic. They're really not that bad. They're really not terrible for your hair in the way that I think, you know, some people think they are. Again, I have a whole separate video on why silicones aren't bad and how you have a proper way to use silicones so that you don't get that over product buildup and you don't get that damage that you can get if you use silicones incorrectly. Use silicones in abundance towards the end of your wash day, because that is really going to set the base for the products for your wash day. So this is the end of part 1. I'm going to be releasing part 2 very, very soon, and that is going to be detailing the techniques of after you've done your wash day, how to really nail that silk press and make sure that you get it. But I really wanted to cover the wash day portion of it first, because it's so important. Because if your wash day is crap, your silk press is going to be crap, and if your silk press is crap, your silk press is just going to be crap. So that's it for today's video, guys. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'm going to be talking a lot more about the techniques that you're going to use to be able to make sure that your silk press is mwah. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you very shortly in my next video. Bye.